Super Nation, guess what? I'm back. What's up, everybody? You're all doing well. Thank you for coming back. Gonna keep trying with the background music to try and muffle the car sound, because you know how these podcasts are recorded on a little handheld recorder during my daily commute to work and back home, and always raw and uncut. So you get everything straight out of my mouth, straight out of my brain. And today's matter is one that's kind of harsh and very close to my heart. We're gonna talk a little bit about my genetic disease. It's a permanent condition. It's psoriasis. It affects way more people than you usually would think it does, although it has many layers of affliction. So I can find myself lucky. I'm in a medium to low level. So depending of a number of factors, stress, overall health, not having enough sunshine in my skin, not moisturizing properly, hygiene, that affects a lot. Although I'm clean. It can really trigger the disease, especially stress or like any minor pulmonary issues, like you're allergic to something, or like I am to wool, stuff like that, and just my throat just closes up, my nose just closes up, and my psoriasis just blows up, or you're catching a cold, or you have a cold, and there it goes, just bam, flaring through the body. How does it manifest? It creates little to big. Again, we're talking about my case. I know of people that have it way worse than me, that have like several high degrees of skin lesions. So skin, like what it creates, it's like a little rash, but it gets like scaly, and if you try to peel it off, it becomes very oily. So that's the main thing about it. It's just a degeneration of skin cells. So you got like the skin plaques. They just become super dry. That's why you need to moisturize. They just become super dry and becomes extreme scaly and super itchy. And some people have that to huge spots on their faces, on their body, on their hands, on their arms, and they can truly affect one's life. Again, I consider myself lucky. I've had this all my life, although it mainly only manifested around my 8 and 9-year-old me. So primary school, yeehaw. And it can drastically affect your life. I have a friend's father that had very particular spots. Usually psoriasis strikes more in the hairy part of the body, so like the scalp, armpits, and then on the really dry zone. So every other junction in your body, like your elbows, your knees, especially on your foot and your hands. Like at least you can also easily progress to early arthritis and really damage your life, besides just not looking pretty or just not looking good, which in itself can be pretty damaging to your social life or to the way that people view you. Again, back to my friend's father that I was talking about. Um, he's got it like heavy in the palm of his hands, and he took care of it. He tried to moisturize, look deeply, apply all the million lotions that we need to apply. There's some intake of drugs that we can do, but it is what it is. It's worth what it is. Usually it just lowers it a little bit. It's still there. It's still going strong. And you can imagine what it feels like to shake somebody's hand first, knowing that you have a problem on your palm of your hands and you're gonna rub your hands against somebody else's hand. So that alone from your side, it already can cause stress. And like I said before, one of the triggers that really spawns the fire in the disease is stress. So obviously it got worse. Also people started to react to the hands with the bruises, with the scales and all that stuff, and you can see people having like a little stutter before shaking his hands. And we're talking about a super simple gesture that is just saying hi to another human being with human contact. So, hey, I'm here. Hello. How are you? That's what the shaking of hands signifies. It's the first social barrier breaker, besides talking, of course. But it's human contact, and after that, you're already at a different level of communication with somebody. Because that's how our brain works. That's our chemistry, how it works, how it flows. And just imagine yourself not being able to do that, or not wanting to do that because you know that people will react weirdly. So the main purpose of that handshake is completely destroyed, and it will actually create an adverse reaction, creating negative feelings about meeting you, saying hi. Just how damaging can this be to one's mind, to one's state of mind, to one's presence in the world? So, long story short, of course, he stopped doing it, and the vibe that you get from a normal person, that it's actually a rather happy person and just a regular human being, becomes that, oh, he's frigid, he's very hard to approach. He doesn't even give a handshake to you, so you really have a hard barrier to break. But like in everything in life, you gotta step into somebody else's shoe and try to see their point of view. Sometimes things aren't what they look like, and with psoriasis, most of the time that's it. Now back to myself. I have an itch, like a constant, non-stopping, throbbing itch, 24 hours per day, 7 days a week, 30 to 31 days a month, except on February, and 300 and something days a year. It's always itchy. Always. I'm always in the need to scratch. Of course, now that I'm a 36-year-old dude, I've managed to contain myself and live with it. But just here, talking about it, like, my left eyebrow is so itchy, like, I would scratch that guy, like, until there was no hair in it. But no, I will not do it. Because that's one way that I learn how to cope with it. And sometimes you can actually just avoid scratching. You can just gently pass your hand through the region, and your better and your body will already like release and feel some relief in it. What can you do? Like I said before, there's a lot of lotions that you can use. You can moisturize heavily. It does improve your state. It does make you feel better. The itchiness goes to a numb level, and you can live. Basically, you can live with it. Especially my level, it's actually getting worse with age. So it's not a funny show. It's not a good thing. If you check out the stream, sometimes you'll see me scratching my beard or scratching my face, and that's like my current state. It has now progressed to my face. Usually, like I remember only having it in my scalp, on my back, like my spine region, my spinal area, especially next to my coccyx, is really, really flame. Like I usually, even if I go like 100% into lotioning, doing all the stuff that I should be doing every day, it doesn't go away. So I will always have some skin injury there, keeping it present. Same thing with the scalp. You have stronger products to use with shampoos and stuff like that that I need to apply into my head for 10 to 15 minutes, and it has to stay on there. But yeah, it's such a pain, and I really wanted to put it out there, not for myself, but for a lot of other people, especially. Honestly, now I've learned to live with it. I've coped with it. It's a genetic state. My only concern right now is that I haven't given the gene to my kid, or any future kids that will come in the future. I really hope that the gene in my family dies with me. So far, we're looking good. So that's a little bit stressful. And again, stress is the trigger. Even small things, like if you smoke, you're gonna trigger it. You're gonna make it flame up and stuff like that. So back to me. Although I'm trying not to make this about me, think about your teen years, like how incredibly gruesome high school can already be, because either you have to be the jock, or you have to be the nerd, or you're just a normal human kid trying to get through school, trying to get through those days, trying to go to classes. And in my case, I studied like next to the sea, so we get good weather like 6 to 7 months in a year, and really good weather to 3 to 4 months. And at that time, well, most of those months we're not at school, but the other ones we are, and I'm either in shorts or most likely in t-shirt. And some of those skin lesions, damn, don't know how to call them. The scaly things were always showing, like on my arms or in my eyebrows, or if I had my hair cut a little bit shorter, it's always there. And you know that high school can be really gruesome. Bullies, the pressure of building new social status for yourself, having friends, all that stuff. And plus all the stress that school already gives you by having the need to study, having to perform good, getting good grades, all that stuff. So you need a way out. First, you need a way out. Every kid needs a way out. Being toys, being what other extra activities they can do. Myself, that brings us to this point, was video games. Video games were my way out. I would just go to my freaking room, turn on my PC, and play the afternoon away, play the night away, play the weekends away. Because there I could be whatever I wanted, and there would be nobody looking at my skin, nobody judging my scaly things, and nobody wondering what the hell is that? Is that contagious? Is that whatever it is? And as you can imagine, progressing through the teen years, it gets harder every year, right? And then I finally coped with the disease around when I was probably 19 to 20 years old. And we're talking about, I remember having this at 8. I don't remember fronting about it like until I was 11. Because you're like really kids and you don't pay attention to that stuff yet. Like 11, 12, you start paying attention to other kids, right? Really paying attention to them and their body shapes and all that stuff. And I stopped like caring about the disease in 1920. Finally cope with it. It's my cross to bear. All right, I'm gonna drag it to hell and back. So, but even like in adulthood, it can actually like have a little effect on you. And I'm gonna give you like a super simple example that hopefully shocks you and opens you to the reality that is psoriasis. Going to a haircut, getting a haircut, something just as simple as this. Going, getting your ass sit on a freaking chair, asking for a little haircut can be so stressful, because if you're going to a new barbershop or to a new hairdresser, man, the first thing they're going to say, oh, your scalp is really irritated. Do you take care of your hair? Do you do anything special? Have you seen how flaky it is? Oh, that's just... I actually don't know how to say it in English. Well, I'll say it in Portuguese. Caspa. That's just that. Just go grab some head and shoulders. You're going to be fine. No, ma'am. No, sir. This is a skin disease. But don't worry. It's not contagious. It's just my condition. It's degenerative. And that's how the scalp looks. On a good day or in a bad day. Whatever. And they go, oh, okay. But already by that moment you can see them starting to touch your head, starting to touch your hair in a different way. So we're talking about something simple, getting a haircut. And like, I've learned to cope with the disease. I'm good now, like whatever. I know that people have different reactions. It's part of the game. I'm set to handle all those reactions. But put yourself in my shoes. Put yourself in the millions of other people that have this disease, and just imagine. I myself am in the low to mid scale. There's kids out there, there's grown people out there where it really shows. It's present in their faces. They shave and you'll see the scars. You'll see the skin scarring. That's why now, like, I try to shave as less as I can, but I do have to shave because I need to treat it. And it needs to be exposed to sunlight. It needs to receive direct oxygen, all that stuff. And it's easier to lotion with a shaved face, of course. So just imagine how hard it can be for somebody that 98% of their body is filled with these skin scars, and their itchiness levels, their oil degeneration levels are through the roof. And we're talking about millions of people on this earth. Millions. Not something that hits like 1 in 1 million. No. It's a big percentage of the human race that has this. And again, if you're in a really low percentages, if your parents really help you, if you go to the doctors, if you learn how to cope with it, but here's the key word, learn to cope with it, you might get through with it with no stress, with easy life. But that's not the case, especially in today's society, where something that so subtle can pull you apart and can really put you in the spotlight. It's hard. So how does this tie to Twitch? How does this ties to my online persona? Is I want to bring awareness about this disease. I know how it affected me through the years. I don't have any problem talking about it. I can talk about more episodes if anybody wants to. Just come up to me, tell me about it. I'm really all good about it. Or if you think you have it, check the symptoms. Go to a doctor. If you do have it, come talk to me. Share your stories about it. Tell me how you cope with it. Tell me what drugs do you use? What lotions do you use? How do you daily keep it? How hard is it on your body? How's the itchiness level? Can you already go one day without fully scratching your body? I can't. 36 years old, living with this crap for almost 30 years, and I still not can finish one full day without caving in and going hard on the itch. Again, this episode has gone really long, but come on, you saw it coming. I really hope that this opens a few eyes out there. Or if you got the disease, don't be shy. Come up, come talk to me. Show me your scars. I'll show you mine. And how do I want this to tie in with Twitch, with YouTube, with all that stuff? Is besides bringing awareness, I really want to find somebody that's actively researching this disease, somebody that's actually trying to find new ways to help us keep it controlled, to help us reduce the levels that of the scarring and all that stuff. Because there's new stuff coming out. There's new drugs coming out every year. But it's basically the same hormone in the end, and it's always the same method of treatment, or mostly the same method of treatment. It's lotion, and apply directly to the scar, and basically pray or have faith in it. But there is some weird stuff out there that actually can work for longer periods of time. I know of this one that is, there are actually two. One is probably shown on the news a little bit a few years ago. There was some bottom cleaning fish, the ones that you have in the little aquarium that clean your aquarium up. So in Turkey, you do that just to have general skin maintenance. So you go to a place, they have this huge aquariums full of those fish that you just sit in there for a few minutes, and they go to town on your body. They clean it up. They suck the impurities. God damn. They suck the bad stuff. Hey. Or the dirty stuff from your skin, and leave you shiny and brand new. And that one actually works for a few months, but of course this is gonna be more expensive than freaking simple lotion. Although the lotions are kind of costly, but hey, there's another one that I've heard about. I have not tried this one. It's a solar treatment. So one of the regressing factors, regressing. Man, I cannot English today. It's sunlight, like not direct sunlight, of course, not having like the gamma rays burning your body or something like that. It's just vitamin D that the sun provides, and the triggering of melanoma in your skin. So getting a tan can actually improve your skin condition overall, especially for somebody with psoriasis. And so going to a beach, taking a little bit of sun, going to a pool, all that stuff does awesome things for your skin. And this treatment is like being bombarded. It's like going to a solar tanning spot and getting a nice fake tan. But it's different because you're going to take a special drug that will lower your skin's resistance to the rays that they're going to bombard you. Like you're going to have to use shades, dark glasses for a few days after doing the treatment, after taking the drug. And you're going to have to cover your body up for the next few days so it doesn't get direct sunlight, because it basically lowers your skin defenses down, your body defenses to the triggering of melanoma and the accepting of rays, and they just bombard you in something that looks like a tanning room and something that looks like a tanning machine. And this we're talking something. Last time I checked it out, we were talking about like having your body clean for months to a few years. And a few years, dang, that looks good. But of course, this goes to a different price range. We're talking about an expensive treatment. Maybe if you do the math, in the end, all the lotions that you would apply versus this treatment probably would be a good fit. I haven't done that research myself. I will, and yeah, that's it. I really want to find out somebody that's actively researching the disease, that's trying to help out people about it, or even just somebody that's just going out and buying lotions and buying the freaking shampoos and all that stuff and giving them to those that don't have. This is my mission for my Twitch and YouTube revenue. I want to donate a portion of everything I make to those guys. The thing is, I haven't found those guys yet. So if you want to help me out, give me some suggestions. I'm trying to research on my free time, although, as you can imagine, I don't have that much free time. That's why I'm doing a podcast in my hour commute. And we're hitting the 30 minutes mark. So I'm probably going to end it here, guys. It's, like I said, if you made it till the end, damn, please leave a damn comment saying, hey, I survived. I listened to the end. I feel your pain, or I don't give a crap, but it's really interesting what you're saying. Thank you for sharing, something like that, or don't say nothing at all. I'll check the stats afterwards. So sorry for the really long haul, but it had to be. As you can imagine, genetic diseases, degenerative diseases are something really serious, something that's part of our human genesis, and the code isn't perfect. The code isn't perfect, but that also makes us unique. And one in 3 billion, and if you need something, just drop it. Just drop it. Come talk to me. You know where to reach me: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I'm everywhere, even SoundCloud. And that's it. So, Super Nation, I'm out. Peace. Have a nice day, and I'll be back soon.